Hello, I'm Cynthia, and the title of my paper is Tits, Tacky and Triumphant: Dolly Parton as an Icon of Cultural Multiplicity and Appalachian Identity. I've known for some time that I wanted to focus on Appalachian identity for my topic of research in this class because I know that the world and human society are complex. And we've learned about the cultural diversity in Appalachia. Without its people, Appalachia would just be a place. I thought about Dolly Parton because I know that even though almost everyone, if they hear her name, will pull up a mental image like the one shown here, glitzy and glamorous, with big boobs up in our face, but I know there's more to see. Dolly herself said it best. You can sit and talk with me for 5 minutes and know there's a little more to me than tits. I think of Dolly as an Appalachian gem, multifaceted and polished by the dynamic forces of her culture. I chose two research lenses to examine some of those facets: the socio psychological lenses of intersectional theory and transnational perspectives of attachment and appropriation, and a popular media perspective that will present Dolly as a triumphant example of authentic leadership and an ideal for educators and for all of us in today's diverse society. From our class reading Appalachian Identity Politics in Historical and Contemporary Perspective, Molly Cleaver and Catherine Lane Antolini describe identity politics, and they present Kimberly Crenshaw's intersectional theory, explaining that intersectionality centers on the interactions between the categories of race, class, and gender, and that Appalachian identity stands at that intersection and reflects multifaceted cultural diversity, creating a dynamic force for social justice in Appalachia. Our wonderful research friend at the Macon Campus Library, Kristen, brought me the excellent book, The Tacky South, edited by our own Dr. Miller, with the great chapter by Anna Creedick, Tacky Latchin Dolly, Double D Femme in the Double Wide Mountain South. Creedick explains that Dolly embodies the hillbilly stereotype with humor, and that her out of bounds taste rattles entrenched social hierarchies, bends boundaries of gender, and functions as feminist, and that her town tramp image in multi-million-dollar spotlight of success allows her to function as a feminist and a humanitarian and a pro-LGBT Christian. Dolly stands at the intersection of race, class, and gender in her titsy tacky, bejeweled, multifaceted Appalachian identity. In transnational perspectives, attachment and appropriation in our Appalachia, Christian Quindler and Benjamin Robbins classify Dolly Parton as a mobile migrant in her attachment to place. That's someone who moves away from their birthplace because of their career, but maintains a strong bond with their place of birth. I say that while Dolly did walk out of Sevier County, Tennessee, she did not leave Sevier County behind her in the rearview mirror. She literally wears it every day, right up front, hoisted up and in our face. And in this way, the authors explain that Dolly reappropriates that hillbilly, vamped up, tramped up stereotype to challenge political structures and to gain agency over it. It allows her to act as humanitarian and social activist in a way that transcends generations, borders, and politics. Finally, educators Deanna Rothko and Heather Heath, in their article, What Would Dolly Do? Dolly Parton as an Authentic Leader, um, they present Dolly to educators and explain that through the popular media perspective, Dolly exemplifies George's and Luthen's and Avolio's dimensions of authentic leadership. They present many examples of Dolly's videos, podcasts, and media interviews grouped together according to those different dimensions of leadership. And they offer, in my opinion, a triumphant portrayal of Dolly as an ideal model for authentic leadership in academic classrooms everywhere. So now I know, and we might know who Dolly is, a little more about her and where we can find her. We can find her standing at the crossroads in Appalachia, painted on billboards along American highways, shining on theater marquees, in popular media across the World Wide Web, and in a triumphant position in university classrooms everywhere. She is always Dolly, titsy, tacky, and triumphant. She is a first class act, a real live hero whose multifaceted Appalachian identity is proclaimed as a national treasure. Thank you.